questions like this one are the perfect example of where we recommend in our Triple T document, don't look at the answer options right away, they'll only confuse you. However, it can be useful to look at the answer format. And by looking at the answer options, you can see that the goal is to get M all by itself. So it doesn't really matter what any of the wording of the question says, we know we're gonna isolate M. So if we're trying to get M by itself, first let's get rid of what's loosely attached, which is the N squared. So we'll subtract that from both sides. And then finally, to undo squaring something, you're gonna go ahead and square root both sides. Now, technically, whenever you take the square root of something squared, you get two answers, plus or minus. However, notice, according to the answer options, they're just looking for one of the solutions, the positive version, and it matches with option C. Make sure that you avoid the common mistake. We already can tell it's definitely not D or even B, because it's so different. Like, those two don't make any sense. If one of them has the root, it should be the whole thing with the root. But the common mistake that's made to choose option A is thinking that you can somehow take the square root of each of these individually. If you could, yeah, you would get option A. However, think of it like this. If I had the square root of 9 minus 4, we know that's really the square root of 5, right? If I took the square root of 9, though, and the square root of 4, and subtracted them, I would not get the square root of 5. I get a very different answer. However, what you are able to do if you have multiplication instead of subtraction or addition is at that point you could take the square root of 9, take the square root of 4, and multiply them, because notice you get the same thing, right? The square root of 36 is 6. However, you can't do that when there's subtraction, which is why the correct answer is C.